Okay, Niko. Well, first of all, you were out for a while with the injuries. Are you feeling now that you're getting back to your best in terms of form and fitness?
Well, yes. Obviously, it's a bit suspect when you're injured, but past couple of weeks, trained pretty hard and feeling pretty good.
And you come back into the side. You played all over the place. It seems left side, right side, in behind the striker. I mean, are you just pleased to be playing, or have you got a favourite position?
First of all, I'm pleased to be playing, but obviously we all have our favourite positions as well.
And yours is
behind the striker.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Is that somewhere you always play? Because you beat because you've operated
when you
a lot
come to England, when you know most of English teams play 4-4-2, then you don't even think about that position. But back home, I always played in that role, and I grew up playing there. But obviously, when you come to a country where it's pretty normal, where most teams play 4-4-2, you adapt to a position that is maybe a bit different.
So has it been a learning process to then go out and play on the left, or as you played recently, so sometimes on the right hand side as well?
Well, yeah, but then again, when you play in the ball, you don't stay in the middle the whole time. You always drag to one or another side. So it is a bit of a difference, but don't think too much.
Do you think Portsmouth would get the very best out of you if you?
I think they have in the last 2 years. I think you playing on the left side, I think they got the best out of me. So it's arguably some managers would say they get the best on the left, some would say in the middle. I think none would say they get the best out of me on the right. So it's either those two positions where, but then again, I think football is a lot about opinions, and so yes, everyone sees a picture on the pitch differently.
And Tony Adams was in earlier, and he described you as his most gifted and talented player, and you have to be in his team. But have you spoken to him at all about it and said, well,
no, great to hear that.
But have you said to him, I'd like to play in that hole? I think you did.
No, I think, like I said, I think the most important thing is the team, and obviously as a player in the team, you want to contribute to success in the team, and there has to be a balance. And I don't think any team should organize around one player. And obviously, having two strikers like Jermaine and Crouch, you're going to have playing them two all day because they bring the qualities, they bring the goals in, and they're the players that are going to win us games. And like I said, the most important thing for me is to be on the pitch when the games come and try to play as good as I can.
During the time you were out injured, you were out for quite a while. There's a lot of upheaval at the club, a lot of change. Of course, Harry Redknapp moved on, some of the coaching staff moved on. How was that for you, sort of sitting on the sidelines and seeing all this going on at your club?
Same as if I was training, I think. It's football. I said that when it happened. Obviously, in football, you expect things to happen, and it's normal that things happen so suddenly. So you're prepared for that. Most of it happened to me many times before, even though I'm only 24. So you get on with it. Obviously, it's easier when you've got a new manager, which you've worked already with, and you know what he's like. You know him as a person, and you don't have to get time knowing, which helped us out. And like I said, it didn't make a lot of unrest in the club at all.
Tony Adams, of course, as you mentioned there, I mean, you all knew him already, and there was a transition there. But has he done much different? Have things changed around the club since then in terms of coaching?
I think he has brought in some own ideas that might be different to the old Gaffers. But like I said, I believe that every coach wants to be his own person, his own coach, and you expected him to do something different, to maybe change a bit the training sessions. But at the end of the day, I think they both wanted the same, and that is to do the best for Portsmouth and to get us at least into Europe.
Has the mentality changed much in terms of the way that you play the games? I mean, certainly there's been a reputation of Tony Adams as entertainers. There have been goals going.
Well, it looks like that, yeah. But I think he doesn't want us to play football, and he wants us to show the qualities that he believes we have in the pitch. Obviously, he wants us to defend as well, and hopefully we're going to get that part of the game right as well.
Obviously, pleased to be back playing. Is the next step make sure you get back onto the international scene as well?
Oh yeah, I missed it a lot. Obviously, it's hard to watch your national team playing without you. It's hard to watch them get beat from England at home. So yeah, it's difficult, and it's a part of football where you play with the most emotions, I think, overall, because you play for a country. You don't get paid for that. You enjoy playing for a country, and it's a great honor. to wear that shirt. So obviously it's a part of football that I missed a lot.
How do you see that situation there? You mentioned the England match that you missed, and bearing in mind Croatia topped the group again when they got into Euro 2008, but now playing catch up against England.
Yeah,
do you think you can overhaul them?
We're not thinking about that. We want to make sure that we get that second position, and our key matches are going to be the two against Belarus and the one left against Ukraine at home. And hopefully, if we get to win all those three, then we can think about England, and hopefully they drop some points until then, and maybe at Wembley we can think about overtaking them. But until then, we're not allowed to, and we're not entitled to think about the first spot. We have to think about getting through those three games I mentioned and getting at least to the second spot.
You say you're aiming at second spot,
yeah.
Then, so I mean, is that the most realistic hope? Do you think England have pretty much?
They won all 4 games. Obviously, okay, they still have to go to Ukraine, but they won in Zagreb, and it gives them a lot of space that they can even slip some points and lose some points. I know they're still going to be top of the group, so I don't expect them to slip, and I expect them to qualify.
I'm going to ask you about just a couple of questions about the game this weekend. Newcastle. I mean, you've been here a couple of years now. You'll know all about Newcastle and the size of the club. So, are you surprised to see them where they are? They got off to a bad start, got in a new manager, and seem to turn things around.
I think everyone is surprised, but at the end of the game, the things that went down there and the results that came at the same time as the owner saying he wants to sell the club, and all the unrest that club is obviously not having the results didn't help as well, and it hasn't turned out to be the season that everyone expected from Newcastle to have. But they still have great players, and they still have a great team, and we still believe that it's going to be a tough game on Sunday.